Hello guys, and welcome to another build video. This time we're on the Elementalist for a staff build. More specifically, a power staff build. For this you want to go 6 into fire magic, 4 into air magic, 2 into water magic, and 2 into arcana. In arcana you want to take trait 5, blasting staff. Area attacks with the staff are larger. In water magic, you want vital striking. Deal extra damage when your health is above the threshold. In air magic, you want 6 bolt to the heart. Deal more damage when your foe's health drops below the threshold. And 7 arcane lightning. Gain more hit damage for a short time when you use an arcane skill. Fire magic, you want 6, deal more damage while attuned to fire. 7, reduces recharge of all fire weapon skills. And 11, blast finishers you execute on fire fields grant fury. Fire fields last longer. Now, the reason for these specific traits is the larger the field, the more likely you are to hit massive AoEs and massive mobs when you're in dungeons, especially, say, COF, Path 2. Right before the final boss room, there's a massive mob that you have to get down. I find that dropping both a lava font and meteor shower on this helps get them down almost instantaneously, which is really nice. Same with the fact that it lasts longer due to the Grandmaster trait in fire. That way you have several more ticks on your lava font and it just wipes out the mobs. The point of the build is to be very glassy and to deal massive damage. The utility skills you want are, your heal skill is Glyph of Elemental Harmony. Heal yourself and gain a boon based on your attunement. Now, you want to be in fire most of the time, so whenever you heal yourself you gain 3 stacks of might, which is 102 more power than what you had originally, which gives a major boost to your overall damage output. You then want Conjure Frostbow. Have this just when running dungeons. I wouldn't advise running it in the world in and of itself. It is useful for AC and COF mainly, but you can have it during boss fights for the extra damage that number 4 gives. After using number 4, just drop it. It's kind of useless to have it out after that. An Arcane Wave, blast nearby foes with an energy wave for crit damage. It's another nice AoE skill that is now ground targetable, without the heal skill being Arcane Brilliance, which is really nice, just because it's more crit damage that you get to deal. You can also swap it out for Arcane Bolt. Blast your foe with energy for crit damage, which is what I suggest you swap out your Conjure Frostbow if you don't want to run that with. The last one that I advise is Arcane Shield. Block attacks with an energy shield. If it blocks 3 attacks, it explodes for crit damage. This is useful to have because 1, you block 3 attacks, especially when you're stacking on a boss, and 2, it'll deal crit damage after all 3 blocks are done, and 3, it breaks stun. What more can you ask for? The elite skill I advise you go with, especially in dungeons, is Conjure Fiery Greatsword. When running with the Greatsword, it's just nice because the AoE damage that it gives, the 1 skill, and the brush, if you can do it correctly and if it's up against a wall, will deal massive damage to the target, especially the bosses in any dungeon. It's a great way to get them down. If you're not going to run with that, I advise running with Glyph of the Elementals. Summon an elemental based on your attunement. it's just nice when you're Glassy Ellie to have a little bit of help. Next is your armor and weapons. The point of this is to be glassy, so you're going to want to go everything Zerker, basically, with Superior Rune of the Scholars in all 6 slots, so massive upfront damage with sustained damage because you're on a staff. You also want your staff to be Zerker, which mine is not. It is Valkyrie. But it would be better if it was Zerker because of the fact that just a little bit more precision thrown in there. You can run with Valkyrie for the extra boost in survivability. As you can also see, my sigils are not the highest they possibly could be, but you're going to want a sigil of Bloodlust and a sigil of Accuracy on your staff. For your back piece and earpieces, earrings, and necklace, you want it to be Zerker as well, but you can also have 1 or 2 pieces with Vitality added on, just for that little extra survivability. But the point is to have as much power as you possibly can. As you can see, I'm resting just below 2.5k currently on mine. And you will turn into the classiest of cannons.
Death. Good.
Let's head to a nice zone to kill some things. Temple of Lissa is open. The rotation on this is more how you feel than how quickly you want to kill it. I would advise starting out with a lava font, especially on something like this. Then hit your flame burst, and then hit your meteor shower. It is nicer if they're backed up against a wall because it's less area and your meteor shower will become a little bit more accurate. Now, to get it down faster, also get your Arcane Brilliance, hit your heal skill,
fast.
and your Arcane Shield in order to survive longer. Now, keep in mind this is not major burst damage, so it'll go down slower than what most will, but you want to always use your lava font. The nice thing about the way we're traded is whenever your lava font vanishes, it's off of cooldown and you can just hit it again. Now, if you're finding you're dying quickly, switch into water for the heal, and you will end up being healed a little bit. Especially when this is on cooldown, you can then hit your 5 and 3 skills to heal you up. Won't do much, but it will help. Air is also another good damage dealer, but it only has 2 abilities on staff, which is Chain Lightning and Lightning Surge, that will deal damage. Static Field, your number 5 ability, is a great way to crowd control. Earth is also a good way to add bleeds and deal a little bit more damage, but keep in mind that the entire point of this build is to be in fire and to get massive damage out as possible as quickly as possible. Works a lot better in dungeon settings. Let's see if I can find something to show you the Fiery Greatsword on. As you can see, I haven't gotten it out yet, but there's no really good place here to show you the Fiery Greatsword. But open with a 3 to get close. You can hit 2 for... Sorry, that's 5, but hit 5 for your AoE. Hit 2 for a small AoE underneath it. And then you want to escape out of hitting those. And if I can find something that's living, people like mining this area. Okay. You want to hit 4 and rush forward. The ideal is to be against a wall so you're just dealing massive damage to them. But that's how you use the Fiery Greatsword. You do want to focus on your 4, 5, and 1 abilities, as well as 3, especially if you're up against a wall with the 4 and the 3. The Fiery Rush and the Fiery Whirl will deal a lot of damage. Same with the Fiery Storm. It's basically like a nerfed, like a steroid version of your Meteor Shower. For the Ice Bow, basically you just do what everyone tells you and hit 4 and then get rid of it. That is basically the current build I run in dungeons on this toon. Thank you for watching. This is Flamewing80, signing out.